and we are going to do this greeting routine. Sit. We're out in public. We've been taking Wrigley out on the street. He can be pretty afraid out on the street. He's been here for 1 week. This is how far we've gotten in 1 week. Go say hi. Greeting routine. He's scared. Don't, you stay there. Don't back away. Come. So when you send him over to somebody, good. You approach that person, sit, have him sit. We practice this routine every day with different people, so he knows how to do it. We step over to the person, give them a little treat, something of high value, like a piece of chicken or something like that. These are these little pill pockets that the dogs really like a lot. But it could be anything that's, healthy and that is a kind of a special thing, because we want him to not be so afraid of people. So you always send a dog that's afraid of people, you send them to the person. You never have the person approach. So stand still, don't back away, just stand still and just go like this, okay? Go say hi. He goes over, gets a treat, come. I call him back to come, good. I step into him, I say sit. We're just gonna do it a couple more times. He stays in the sit stay, I step over, I give the treat. I go back, I say, go say hi. He gets a treat. I say, come. And see, the person isn't good. The person's not even petting him. And you don't have to have the person pet Wrigley. He's so skittish and afraid. Sit. That just getting this far in 1 week where he'll go over to people that he doesn't know that well and on the street, out in public, right next to the freeway. So it's a pretty kind of scary place for a dog like Wrigley. Go say hi. Come, just to approach. Good, approach somebody. Receive a gift from them and come back is really a big step. And you want to do this for a while with people. Sit. Just to build his confidence. They don't have to pet him. Right now you would get the wrong person and went like this or touched him the wrong way and we'd blow the whole thing. So just to have him be willing to approach, feel happy about it, accept a gift, you call him back to come. When you're orchestrating the greeting routine like this, the greeting of a new person, in such a very controlled way, it's a very structured way. You're practicing your come command, you're practicing your sit, stay as you step over there. We'll do it one last time. It makes him feel comfortable because it makes him feel like somebody's calling the shots, like somebody is in control. And like I said, it's been 1 week. He really could use a couple more weeks at least, but this is how far we've got in 1 week and he's going home. So we're just showing you how far we've gotten so far. And hopefully you'll continue doing it exactly like this. Go say hi. One last time. Come. Good. So you get to practice sit, you get to practice your sit stay and your recall in a real life circumstance, meeting new people, which he needs a lot of practice doing. Okay. Yeah. We're hanging out, we're just taking a walk, and there's going to be a dog that pops up right in front of us. I think he had a little issue with distractions on the street. That's why we did the greeting routine out here with a person. And now we're doing, oh, look at this, a dog shows up, come. Have your come command. Look at what a surprise that was. Good boy. And I stumbled on a rock there. So this is all like real life situation. This is come. See, we're really close. See what happens? I call him back to me. Good. Make sure that you call him back to you exactly like this. It's a closed hand. Let's do it again. Back up a little bit. You're a little bit too close to practice this. Come. See how I'm doing it? Back away. Good. He's drawn to you when you back away. If you stand still, it's not that good. But if you back away, he's going to be drawn to you. So I'm going to keep taking him over to look at that other dog. See this? Come. Let him get really close. Good. So I've been doing that out on the street with every dog we see. Luckily I have lots of dogs we can bring out so that there's no dogs out here at the moment. So I had him bring out one of our rescue dogs to practice with. And come. This dog is really calm and doesn't bark. It's harder for him to do this when another dog on a leash out in public is barking and maybe aggressive. He may not be ready for that yet. We just started doing this, but he's way better than a week ago when we started practicing out on the street. And you can see how calm he's getting, and he can even look at that dog, and it's totally surprised us, and be relaxed and even come back towards me. Good boy. And notice how the treat, the good, and the pet, if I say come like this, he's a little mixed up. I'm staying in this tight little area for the camera, and it's the treat and the pet and the good. And then even if you don't have time to reach in for your treat, if you get totally surprised like we did by that dog, it's still come, pretend like you have a treat, love him up, good boy, reach in, get the treat, give it to him, and continue it on. In the beginning, you want to do high value rewards to really jumpstart this new behavior of him turning away, coming to you, ignoring the distraction instead of what he used to do, maybe pull, bark, or whatever it was, protect you as if you're an object to guard. If you're doing these moves with him and practicing the training, his perception of you will change. He'll start to see you as taking care of him. You're telling him to sit, to come and all this other kind of stuff, and down we're going to show you in another clip. And so you start to become the one that's in charge. If somebody's in charge of his life and really adding a lot of structure to it in these situations, he starts to feel like he's safe. Somebody else is calling the shots, and you are basically dominating him. You're telling him what to do, he's doing it. You're always stepping into him. You notice I'm always doing this, my body. If I want to go right, I'm just gonna never miss an opportunity to go left to go right, because that is a move that makes a dog feel really safe. Also, when you go left, it draws the dog back next to you, it keeps the leash loose. If you turn right and you're doing this kind of stuff, you're gonna end up dragging him around. Your biggest enemy, especially, well, anywhere, but especially out on the street, if he's not great with distractions on your street, your biggest enemy is a tight leash. This kind of stuff, forcing him to stay next to you, it's just gonna make him worse. It's stressful. You probably have anxiety. You're probably stressed out, so he feels it through the leash. So you want to really avoid the tight leash. And so if he's pulling, come. Use your come command. Good boy. Do that instead. Instant loose leash. He turns around and comes your way, and there's no pulling, right? The other way to alleviate that constant leash pulling is if he's going ahead of you, it's a tap and release. It's a tap and release. And even, if he's pulling towards something, you see how we practiced it for a week now, and this guy's a quick study. It's a tap and back away, and he'll come your way. Good boy. And you can already tell he's starting to get really calm. Last couple of days, after 5 days of this, he started to really start to get calm, and today he's really a lot better. He's going home in about a half an hour, so we're just shooting this film to show you how far he's gotten in 1 week, and maybe you'll send him back so we can finish the program. Come on, buddy, let's go. Okay. We're walking him up to his training mat. We have him sit. We send him to his mat with our right hand. Keep this leash loose. Make sure that if he tries to get up and go there, you just tap it, and he'll go back. He waits. No. See how I tapped it and he went back, and I said no. I'm going to tap his chest, pat his chest with my right hand, and say, go to your mat. Walk him over and say down. And this is his least favorite skill. Or I don't know if it's his least favorite, but he's the slowest at learning the down, but not bad for a week. He probably had practiced downs of some sort before. He just needed to be better at it. And the first few days he was like not on he would only go halfway down at his front feet and his elbows were never touching, but now he'll just go down there and good, and stay there. And he's got this little down stay now, which is good. Practices every day. I do this for 3 or 4 minutes a day. It's a continuous downstay for 3 or 4 minutes. And see how I'm rewarding him? If he tries to touch my hand before I release the reward and withdraw, I'll pull back, because the whole idea is that he's calm, he's non-reactive, he's focused, he's playing this game. In his mind, this is a game, and he's calm. Nope. See how I pull back if he does that? I'm going to put it over here. Nope. Might have to do that a few times. Right here, nope. I think you're going to have to do this a few times, because now we're teaching him. Now we got the down, but he needs to wait respectfully. Nope. See that? Good. Wait respectfully until we place it there and withdraw. He respectfully, calmly takes it off the mat. the whole idea of this exercise is not about doing the downstay, that's great, but it's about the quality of the downstay. He's calm. He doesn't move no matter where we go, walk around him, walk away, walk behind him. Over time, we just practice harder and harder things no matter where we go, no matter what noises we're making, dropping keys behind him or books or loud noises going inside, coming back. He stays there. He's waiting to be released. So here we are. Nope. Make sure he really waits. Nope. Good. See? The secret of this is that the person doing this has to be calm. So he's only going to be as good as the person that is doing this with him. So I'm just going to do one more little, see, and there's a mistake. Nope. What's going to happen is he's going to pop up on you, because this is a brand new thing that we just taught him, and you're going to do that little do-over turn into him and put him back. And see, all I did, I said nope. I stepped into him. I did that circle. I led him back onto the mat, and I gently but firmly eased him down. And then we'll do it again. He only gets off this mat one way, and that's when you release him. Good. I'm just going to go for one. Nope. Put him back. I'm just going to go for one more downstay here. Down. Walking both ways around him. You did that successfully. One last reward. Good. And then he's waiting to be released. You only release him this way. You step back next to him, you pat your leg and say, okay. You lead him off the mat, have him sit, and then with your right hand, go. Release him. Always pick up this mat, because this is not a doggy bed. This is a separate mat you do this exercise on. It could be a bath mat, it doesn't have to be an official little dog training mat. The dog bed, if you have that for him, is a free time place that he can hang out on, go to sleep, do whatever you want him to do there. But don't confuse the two things, because this training mat is a place where he does one thing. He focuses. I'm going to let him have some water. He focuses. He only does this one thing. You allow him to go on, just the way I showed you. You allow him to come off, just the way I showed you. You pick it up. So this is a very powerful tool if he only practices one thing on it. So you send him to this mat after a while, and he automatically does a downstay, because that's the only thing he's ever done on it, and it's actually worked for him, because he gets paid for these ever increasing difficult downstays that he's practicing, because you're going to add different distractions. So right now we got it to where he can stay there when I walk around both ways, which he couldn't do when he got here a week ago. But if he was here longer or at home, what you want to do is work up to dropping the leash and walking 15, 20 feet away and coming back, going this way, going to that side, going behind him. And you saw if he makes a mistake, you saw what I did. I said nope. I circle him back, put him back, try what you're doing again. If you're trying something new that seems like he makes mistake after mistake, maybe it's too much too soon, and you need to make it a little bit easier. Like if you were walking all the way across the yard and he kept making mistakes, just kind of gradually work your way over there. Like do 10 feet away, reward, 10 feet away, reward, and then 15 feet away, and then 15 feet away, and reward each time, and work your way up to getting farther away. Whatever it is, kind of break that thing down that you're doing and into little increments and work your way up to that point where you made a mistake before. And you'll see if you do it gradually, he'll probably be successful if you do it gradually and slowly. And that's how to keep pushing the envelope and developing his focus, and that higher level of focus and concentration really helps him out there in the real world. It buffers him against stress. If he has a stronger brain, because we really are just training his brain, he has a higher level of focus, he's not going to be so reactive, and he's going to be less triggered by all the things out in public that he's afraid of now. So this is really important. This exercise actually is related to all your issues out in public. Okay. Sit. Good. When I first started practicing the sit stay with him, I gave him a treat right after he sat. once he could do that, kind of like second nature, which is, a few days ago, I stopped giving him a treat for that and started adding the walk around stays where I just walk behind him each way. It took him several days to not pop up, and then kind of saving the treat and see, coming back next to him, eye contact, see what I'm doing, and good. So what I did was I just kind of strung the treat out farther and farther along, and now I give him the treat at the very end of the sequence. No, make sure he waits. You see how he anticipates? Your hand goes down there and he thinks, oh yeah, they're going to let me go. But make sure that he really waits until you actually pat his chest. See my hands right there? Go. And he's free. You might have to even kind of help him with a leash like that. But with all of these little exercises that we showed you, it's really the quality of how you're doing this that matters, because ultimately we're after, the goal is to change him from how we're doing the training. It's not like, oh, anybody could do sit stays or down stays or come or whatever. It's how you do it that matters. We want it to be a certain quality that every time we release him out of a down stay or a sit stay, he's a little bit calmer every time because of how we do it. It's the quality of the release. It's the quality of like really making sure he's not anticipating and he's really waiting till we pat his chest and say go. That stuff is the most important part of it, because everybody could teach him to sit and stay and all that, but it's all about the quality of how you do it. We want him to be calmer every day and to affect him internally, so that 24/7, just hanging out, because of how you're doing the training 10 minutes a day, he's getting less and less triggerable, less and less reactive, totally chilled out, calm dog in the presence of distractions. This is the way to do it. Definitely the way to do it. He's already a lot calmer in 1 week, so I hope you can see that difference in him in a short period of time. So hopefully you'll keep doing this, and I think it's the fastest route for him to become a happier, calmer dog. Okay.